Good morning, my friends. I hope you're all doing really well. It's Kathy here from CozyHomePaperstudio. I have all the garden seed packets. Well, I say all, not quite all. Some of them are still in the garden. But I have a lot of the tags and packets here from planting this garden season, as well as some tags from the trees we planted. And I cleaned them all up. I got all the dirt off because we had all of this outside, when we were planting, and I had them all in a box. And so I took everything inside and cleaned everything up, and I want to do something with the tags and the packets. And so I'm going to be working in my garden journal today. Now, I created this garden journal last year. I don't know, for those of you that have been following me, you might remember that Canadian garden journal. And I had started in here last year, but of course I have only begun. I have a lot of pages to fill up, and that is what we're going to be working on today. We're going to add all kinds of things in here. It might not be all completely organized what I want to do, but I'm going to kind of continue off here in the beginning. Here, I'll zoom you in a little bit more. And I have, like I said, I have all these packets and different tags and everything, and I want to do something with them. And I'm not exactly sure what I will all be doing, but if you want to have some ideas on what to do with all your garden packets and garden tags, follow along and let's see what we can come up with. I also have a bunch of magazines here beside me with the Manitoba Home and Garden, plus a whole bunch of other ones. So let's have some fun, and let's see what we can come up with today. And I think right off the bat here, my very first page that kind of opens up like this, I think I'm going to make a list in here. Just kind of write down all the different things that I planted this year, and I may not possibly do that on camera. And then I did my potted plants now too already. You haven't seen that in my last week's video when we did the gardening video, but you will be seeing that this Thursday when I did all my potted plants. So I think I'm going to leave all this for journaling and writing in what I all did and what I all planted. I know that I have some of it in my gratitude journal as well, but I just kind of wanted to continue on in this journal, and I thought that would be a lot of fun. So I have a photo here that I have put in where she's jotting down a whole bunch of things too that she's going to be planting. So I think this will just be perfect to do all my journaling over here. And then just flipping over, I think this is where I'm going to start adding a bunch of these into. I do also have a Canadian seed catalog here in front of me as well, where I can grab things out of, because a lot of my packets are still in the garden, because I took the garden packets and I stuck them over a stick and stapled them on. I'll maybe put a little clip in here of that. And so a lot of my packets are still in the garden, and so I don't have everything here, so I might find some of the things that I want to add from this catalog here. And while I'm looking through here for different items, I'll just share that little clip here, how all those packets are in my garden. And if you haven't seen my garden video, I posted that last week. I will leave the link down below. And then this coming Thursday will be a continuation of the garden planting, except I will be doing just all the potted plants. So I went ahead and I wrote down the 2025 vegetable garden list, and I just went ahead and wrote down all the things that I have planted this year. So that is in this little flip here. Now I want to go ahead and decorate the flip from the outside, and then maybe put something on top of here, and then we will go ahead and continue. I have quite a few other things I want to add in here. Now I just found a bunch of random things in my garden box stash, and then I went ahead and looked through some magazines, and I just found all kinds of different things. Some beautiful garden images. I don't know how much of it I will all use that I took out today, but we shall see. Let's see how far we will get today. I don't know if I've asked you, how are you all doing today? What are you up to? Are you a gardener? Did you garden this year? What did you all plant in your vegetable garden? I tend to always kind of go for the same things. I love to can pickles and can salsa. So of course, peppers and tomatoes and all that kind of stuff automatically comes into my garden. All the things that we normally consume and love to eat is what comes into the garden. I would have maybe done a few more things. I'm just going to add a mushroom at the top here just for the looks. I think it looks nice. Maybe a few more things. I'm very excited about my herbs, but the only thing is I often don't have very good success with my herbs, at least not all of them. So then, yeah, I'm really hoping they will turn out. That's kind of cute. I like that. Oh, I should put something on the inside here as well. I do have, oh, that's definitely too big. I have this from a magazine. It's a garden, and there's some vegetables or herbs and lettuce. It looks like coming up already, and mine is as well, some of it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and put that on the right side here, and then we'll find something to add here as well yet. Sometimes when I'm working in a journal, I kind of go back and forth. If I can't find something right away that I'm looking for or hoping for, I'll just go ahead and continue, and then later on I often find something without even trying to find something that will work, if that makes sense. I've got all the different vegetables that I planted that I want to put here, and on this little middle flap as well. And then of course I have the inside here with all the different pockets where I can stick some of the stuff into. But let's start off over here. Let's start off with this white page. Now I don't think I'm going to add the whole packet because there's no way I will have enough room for that. So I have a couple of pictures of cucumbers here, and they are basically exactly the kind of cucumbers I planted. Maybe I will, and it does say cucumber right there. I might just add those up there because I did plant a couple of different kinds of cucumbers. Should I add the packets here? Because like I said, I have to cut them off because I can't fit the whole thing on here. You know what I could do if I don't want to add those. And oh my, that looks like there's quite the glare. I'm sorry. I always have to have my lights on when I am crafting, and these packets of course definitely give a glare. Maybe I'll do a little bit like a collage here, and like I said, I don't have to have the whole cucumber on here. I could just go ahead and kind of pull it apart and then put the name on top. Yes, I could do that. That way it would take up less room. just, just go ahead and cut this out. That way I have the name of the cucumber that I planted. And I can just go ahead and stick that somewhere. I'm just going to go ahead and glue on directly onto the page because I know that I'm going to fill this page anyhow, so I may as well. Saves me quite a bit of work, I think. And then I'll go ahead and just add the name up on top here somewhere. There we go. And then of course I had the long burpless as well, so we'll add those. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait for fresh cucumbers from the garden. The cucumbers, I'm sorry, but the ones that you buy in the store, oh, they just don't taste good. They just don't taste well. I have to kind of have my hand underneath here because I'm at the beginning of the book. It doesn't lay flat or straight. And there we go. Now, what should we add next? I do have the peppers, but I had to get this out of a magazine or out of the gardening catalog, so I'm just going to go ahead and fussy cut this out. Okay. And then I've got the jalapeno pepper from a magazine, garden magazine. And then I've got the bell pepper. I have the tag. Now, of course, I don't have the tag for all of it. Like I said earlier, a lot of it is in the garden. So I'm just going to go ahead and add these in here as well. We'll just kind of collage that onto the page, and there's no rhyme or reason or order, just however I feel like. Okay, so we've got the carrots. I did plant a couple of different kinds of carrots, but okay. So we've got that, we've got, oh, we should maybe do tomatoes next. For the tomatoes, again, I have just the tabs here. We planted 3 different kinds, so I'll just go ahead and glue those in. I might have to use this glue because these tabs are very, they're kind of thick, so it's kind of hard to just use regular glue because I don't think they would stick very well. Now I could have just found images in magazines to do it all like that instead of using some of the actual packets and tags, but I think it's kind of cool to use, if I can, the actual tags because, I don't know, just makes it more realistic and special, I think. It holds a bigger memory. Alright, I might have to hold it there for a little bit. I have we did yellow beans, green beans, and cabbage, and that was all on the same paper from the magazine. So I'm just going to take and put that in a random place. And then once I've got, on today's video, I'm just going to be adding all the different vegetables and herbs that we planted. These I got just out of the yearly seed catalog. I'm going to kind of distress it because I'm going to add it right in there. Make it look like there's some dirt on there, right? So I've got the radishes, and then we have zucchini, and what else did I want to add in here? I might have lost it. It was beets, so we're going to add the beets here somewhere, as well as, it can be sideways, that's fine, and the zucchini. There you go. I think I've got all the main vegetables on here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do, oh, I've got the green beans here, and I'm going to do all the herbs. I don't know if they will all fit here or if I will do them on a separate page. Maybe I'll do the herbs over here. I think so. This little cutout from a magazine. And then let's add all our herbs. Put the big basket of parsley down here. I've got them all laid out right over here beside me. Lettuce is not a herb. We'll have to add that or fit that in somewhere yet. I've got mint. And again, this will be a little bit like a collage here. Summer savory is a must for me every year. It is one of my favorite herbs. I use it for making soups. And then of course dill is a must. That is what I also use in soups and canning pickles as well. And then we've got, oh, our parsley is also a must. Let's do oregano, thyme, and rosemary, and basil, we've got chives. I don't know if that is considered a herb, probably not, but I'm going to add it here anyhow. Okay, and then we have we've got romaine lettuce that I planted. As well as Swiss chard. I think that's the only lettuce or type that I planted. And then of course cabbage. Oh, I have cilantro here. That is a herb. I will add that on my herb page here. Cilantro, I love cilantro. My husband, not so much, but I still plant it every year. Some of our kids like it, some of them don't. Okay, so we've got our herbs done. And we've got the vegetables done. Add this right in here. I added the vegetables and the herbs that I planted this year, 2025, and then all the rest is just for fun and decorating. Now, of course, we planted fruit trees and an evergreen tree. I don't know if I'm going to do that for today's. And then, of course, all the flowers. We do have several perennial gardens, or flower gardens, and with a lot of perennials in it. And I did add a few new perennials this year as well. We need something over there. Oh, I like this. Although I didn't plant iceberg lettuce. Add this over here. I think that will match really nicely on this page. And that's all I need to do for this. It looks really nice. It is a lot of these pages that I have added into my garden journal here are from digitals that I purchased and printed, and of course some of it is thrifted items in here, but there's a lot of digitals in here, and I've done that quite a while ago already. If you want to see a complete flip through of this garden journal, I will leave the link to that video down below. Now, let's see, what else do we need to do here? Oh yes, I needed to add something pretty here. I have several things I could put here. I could add just this photo I cut out of a magazine of marigolds. And I also have this here of marigolds I could add. I really like this. I just need to find something else to add here. I really like this photo of the cucumbers, so I think I'm going to add that at the bottom here. Why not? It's amazing all the beautiful photos that you can find in thrifted magazines. That's where a lot of my stuff is from. Well, that spread looks nice, don't you think? I like that. And then I've got that on this side. I could add something over here. Here I'm going to just do some writing. Here I've added a magazine page as well. But I should find something pretty to put on here. Ooh. Yes, that fits on there perfectly. The shed, the garden shed. Either on this side or on this side. Let's see what else we can find that's about this size. I was thinking maybe a bird, butterfly, some kind of garden photo. I like this one because there's spring blooms in here. And I just basically need to cut it about this size and that would work. Just want to see what else there is in here. I've already flipped through quite a few gardening books. Ooh, so that will be perfect for my strawberry season page. I think I'm going to go ahead and add him on this side and do the garden shed on the other side. There we go. And then, I could really just glue this whole thing and then stick the photo on here. I think it's going to take up almost the whole space. But I thought of it the other day that I need to work in my garden journal. I was going to do just a collage, a summer collage in my collage book or glue book. I haven't done that in a while. But then I remembered that I have this gardening book to fill up, and it's an absolutely beautiful book. I created this with, how many signatures did I even put in here? I made this last year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 signatures. And it's an absolutely gorgeous book. Somehow I had kind of forgotten about it. It was sitting on my shelf. And so I want to keep working in here maybe once or twice, probably about 2 times a month, maybe more, I don't know, to start filling this up. But I think that's all I'm going to do for today, and then we will continue probably next week to add all my flower tags. And here, I'm just going to kind of share with you guys. I've got all these flower tags here, plus the fruit trees and rose bushes and things like that that we purchased that I will add next week. So stay tuned for that. And I think that's all I'm going to do for today's video. I hope you enjoyed coming along and seeing a garden collage junk journaling video. I would love it if you give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment. And we will talk to you soon, my friends. And happy gardening and happy planting. It's not too late to plant yet if you haven't yet. There's still time if you're here in Canada, or at least Manitoba, Canada. And that will be all for today. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye.